Harborfields Public Library. Today we're going to make a bird feeder from a plastic bottle from a soda bottle. They come in different sizes. I have a smaller one here, but you can also use the larger ones. Okay, so you're going to need a soda bottle. Please take the label off. And you're going to need some kind of a cutter. So these are utility snips that I have. You might want to ask an adult to help you with this part. I also have a pair of utility shears. So these are pretty heavy duty and they have a ridged edge. I have some stickers to make our bird feeder look very pretty. I have some string so that we can hang it in a tree. I have some sandpaper to smooth away any rough edges from when we cut the bottle. Now, I'm using a green bottle, but if you had a clear bottle, you could also use some Sharpies to decorate your bottle. I have a block of wood, which we'll need when we make the holes for the bottle. And I have a drill. Now, you may need your parents' help with this part, but it's always good to learn how to use different kinds of tools. And then I have some string. So I'm going to cut off, I don't know, maybe about 2 feet or so, maybe a little longer, and I'm going to need 4 of those. Okay. The first step is to cut through the neck of the bottle. Now, this is a thicker plastic. This is where you may need some help. If you look very carefully at the bottle neck, there are some sections where there's not as much plastic. So I started one on this side, and I'm going to go to the opposite side. So I'm just going to put my utility snips in kind of like in that little gap between the ridges. Okay, so you can hear that kind of snap. Now, once I'm done with that, what I did is I drew a line, and you can see it here, all the way down to the bottom of the bottle. Then I rolled it around, and I did it so now the bottle is kind of like in half. So I'm going to follow that line, and here I'm going to use my scissors just because they can cut through this plastic, but also they give a nice long line. So now we have 2 halves. All right, so I can put this one aside for another time. Okay, so when you are drilling something, you always need some kind of a support. So that's what the block of wood is for. I'm going to drill 4 holes into the bottle. I'm going to put 1 here toward the bottom, 1 up here toward the top, and then I'm going to turn the bottle half around, and I'm going to put 1 opposite the hole on this side, and then I'm going to put 1 here. So we're going to have 4 anchor points, 1, 2, 3, and 4. Kind of shaped like a boat. If you put it outside and it rains, it will get full of water, and then your bird seed will get all soggy. And so what you can do is that if you take your block of wood and then put your bottle half on top of the wood, kind of like a cover, you can put a couple of holes in the bottom. So now we have 3 drain holes on the bottom. I'm going to use my sandpaper, and I'm just going to use it lightly against the edges so that we don't have anything that's sharp. Okay, so that's sanded. Now I'm going to take my string. I'm going to kind of like give it a little twist at the bottom. You can wet it a little bit, it makes like a little bit of a point. And you're going to slide it through the hole. Okay, good. And then once you have that here, maybe go up about 2 inches, and you're just going to tie a knot, so it's kind of like tying your shoe, and then back on itself. All right, so now you have a knot because you don't want it to slip. And what I like to do to make it look neat is this little tail. I just like to kind of snip it a little shorter. Okay, so now we have our basic bird feeder made from a bottle. Now you can see, so I took it upside down, kind of like straighten out the strings, and you kind of gather them all together. And then you can adjust them so that your bird feeder is hanging squarely or level. You don't want that bird seed to fall out. And then you can tie this onto a tree branch or maybe a pole or something that you have hanging outside. And so now when you put your bird seed on the inside, the birds have a place where they can just hop right in and eat their seed. Now, I have my stickers. I found some really pretty ones. They remind me of spring, some butterflies, some flowers. So I'm just going to take these. The stickers make it look very cute. Okay, so boys and girls, I hope you enjoyed this craft of making a bird feeder from a bottle that you might have around the house. Okay, hope to see you soon. Take care. Bye.